Alright, let's try that again. Hi, Vermont history students. Welcome to History 184 for the summer of 2014. And for each of the 12 units of the course, which basically each constitute 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, and then a Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to make one of these short videos for you. I found last year, the first time I ever taught a course online, that about 6-7 minutes, which goes by very quickly for me, is actually about perfect for students. You know, it doesn't take up too much of your time. So we'll try to keep these brief and concise. I want to start out by, well, first of all, I taught at UVM for 9 years, up until 2005, and then I moved over to Lyndon State College and taught Vermont history every single summer on campus until last year when I taught it online for the first time. I thought it went pretty well. Hopefully I'll do a better job this time, just having had that experience. Things for you to do to start out: first of all, go to see the syllabus, and right on the discussion board there's a tab for questions about the syllabus. One person already wrote an excellent question about what are town meetings, which are just sort of virtual chances for you to argue angrily at each other about primary documents. So any questions you have about the course in general, anything that you want to clear up, any suggestions you can make about how the course can be better, please post on the syllabus questions tab on the discussion board. One thing is that the course sort of unfolds over time. This course revolves around me dividing the 10 of you into 2 groups, 5 each, of uphillers and downhillers, which is terms that I came up with to describe what I think is the basic division in Vermont over time, Vermont's imagined community of Vermonters. Uphillers are basically hill farmers, people in small towns, and downhillers are basically businessmen, people in the big towns, cities, Burlington, Rutland. But it's ideological. It's much more interesting than just employment. But we're going to be arguing from those perspectives about primary documents in this course. So what I would like for you to do is go to the Unit 1. I have a set of images there that are hopefully will prompt you to respond to the 2 questions that I would like you to respond to by Tuesday night, by tomorrow night. And the 2 questions, the first one, what I'm trying to establish at the beginning of the semester is that the founding of Vermont is very ambiguous. And that's a great thing, because its ambiguity means that you can argue any political position or any argument in contemporary times about, and use the founders as evidence supporting yourself, that your opinions are those of true Vermonters, because the founders would have wanted it that way, no matter what position you have, because the founding generation is very ambiguous. So to establish this, 2 questions. The first one is that I was on the board of trustees of the Ethan Allen Homestead on the Intervale for many years, and we don't actually know if it was Ethan's house. It could have been Ethan's house. It's from around the same period, and it's located somewhere around where Ethan's house might have been. But we're not sure it was actually Ethan Allen's real house. Ethan Allen is this iconic mythological figure that is used to argue virtually any position. And considering his importance, does it really matter if it's actually his house or not? That's question 1. Question 2 is the founders. What kind of people were they? The main thing that distinguishes colonial America from England or other places is that it reversed the old world's land-people ratio. England had lots of people and little land. North America has lots of land, as long as you can genocide out the Native Americans, and few people. So Americans moved westward, and villages tended to stay small, and people played a game called Provide Land for Kids, in which they were born in a place and then demanded land from their parents. Land was scarce and expensive, so they'd sell it there, move to the interior, buy land where it was cheap and plentiful. The frontier period had passed. By the time you had kids, they'd want their own land, so then you would sell where it was now scarce and expensive, move to the interior, and then you win. And that's how the game of Provide Land for Kids was played. What does this do to people? If they're very mobile and live in little villages, does it make them innovative or traditional? Are they forward-looking or backward-looking? Are they competitive or cooperative kind of people? What kind of people do you think founded Vermont as the end point of generations, 6 or so generations of playing Provide Land for Kids. That is basically the outline. This first unit goes up to 1764 or 5, and that's when the Privy Council decision declared that New York had jurisdiction over what was to become Vermont. And that set off the whole Green Mountain Boys, Ethan Allen, Remember Baker, fight to legitimize New Hampshire land grants and to eventually establish Vermont as its own political entity. And I'm looking forward to hearing everything that you have to say about how the notes that I put down, whatever the units outline, helps you get to the point where you can understand the content and you can feel equipped to make good arguments about the two main questions, the two questions I'd like you to respond to by tomorrow evening or Wednesday morning or so. So great. All right, cool.